Mitch,
Hey,
how you doing?
I am good. It's another Namm show, right?
Yeah, you're a man after my own heart with the vibey shirts. I love it. I'm loving it. Is that
Like this?
Matrix? It's like the
We're
Matrix.
yeah,
right?
Matrix-esque. So I'm rocking the sci-fi element with the new sneak peek.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, big news. New plugin from Soundtoys.
New plugin
Everybody
coming.
always asks, and
Yeah, we
now
do,
you-
and it's always nice to say yes. So yes, we have something new coming very soon. Not quite out. There's still a little polishing, but we're so excited about it. We decided we're going to show it and
Nice.
share this excitement with the world.
So-
And you.
Yeah, and me. Well, so what are we looking at? This is it on the screen, right?
Space Blender, yes, it is a alternate type of reverb. Imaginary space machine is what it says right on the front there, which is a nice one. And basically, it's a reverb with a ton of delays and no feedback. So it has definitive starts and ends. It also allows us to create shapes. And we've got a cool little interface thing here now that does the shapes, so you can get a standard sort of non-linear thing there, gated-esque, and some swells in and
Right.
out. And
Algorithmic, right? Is it?
it is algorithmic. No convolution or anything in there, 100% algorithmic. And brand new kind of creation from Ken, whose brilliance never seems to end. We can do reverses.
Oh, interesting. So you move your effect. Right. Okay. So I see you just move the
Yep.
dot around and kind of create the shape you want.
Right, and you could do some interesting things because it's not constantly feeding back on itself. It's not building up, so you can do some giant kind of ambient washes, but they don't take over everything because each thing that you put into it is ending.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
very different. I'm still wrapping my head around it, but so far I've been having a blast, and I've found some unusual things to do with it short too, like the fade-ins allow you to use a fade instead of a pre-delay, which is
Right.
a very different kind of feel too. So I keep finding new stuff, but right now we're going to take a listen to this little Nothing Juno patch here, and after it, as you see it passing through Space Blender there, I'm going to turn it up so we can hear what it's doing.
Okay, that'll be 25 grand. The soundtrack's done, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because everything I've run through it turns into a soundtrack with these big kind of washy settings, and I just totally dig it.
Beautiful.
Right now, the color is getting brighter instead of darker over the time. So you hear the whole thing kind of open up and get brighter.
So those kind of blobs, the little purple things that are moving across the
Yep.
screen, they indicate signal traveling through the algorithm.
Right. That's the note, because we were the only thing that's actually going through it is that little blip with no sustain. So I send a whole bunch of them through there. We can turn on the warp knob, which lets you do the kind of classic tape delay pitch shifting thing. My favorite thing to do with it is get some sound going and hold the shift key so it's just a small amount of change.
So it's time modulation.
But you can do the much more macro.
I like the way that they all scoot off to the screen when you speed it up. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice way to tell what's going on, and if it's got a whole bunch of audio loaded in, because when you set up something like this, which you can see the amount of time that we're talking about.
Yeah, 28
here.
seconds.
Yeah,
so-
you have no idea. Like, is something? Yeah. Oh, there's sound coming through it. It's just building slowly.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, that's
there
what
it
happens
goes.
when you get nuts. But it's great for those super big washes. It's also stunningly fantastic as a phenomenal drum gate. You got a little drum sound over.
Oh, so short and
I love to turn on the warp and mess with that for some kind of.
that sounds like old school H9000 Eventide action from the
Eventide. I wonder who ever worked there. No one I know. But yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of potential. There's some weird stuff that we found. Parker and I will have some Parker play some guitar for us because it sounds. Do we have the guitar one up? It's behind this one. Oh, come up there. There we go.
That's not. I mean, it sounds like more than a reverb, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds like a multi-effect.
It is, and you can turn the texture down and get some of the sort of stuttery. Sorry, yeah. So that's more of a. It sounds very granular, but it's not. That's not.
So
the same
those are like the
technology.
individual delays that you're not smearing anymore when you turn the.
Yeah, only there's a lot more of them. I mean, the amount of delays in this thing is outrageous. They won't even tell me the number because they know I'll let the secret out. But anyway, I mean, it's phenomenal at the washes, as we saw. You can really turn anything, simple piano parts, into amazing soundtracks. I've run jungle noises through it for one of my demos, and they turn into this great background ambience. So that's great. I'm super excited about the gated drum thing because I'm an 80s nut, so I kind of live in that realm, and it's so tweakable and refinable that there's multiple drum gate sounds even for something that's so simple. So yeah, I mean, we're stoked to have something new. Hopefully the world is stoked too. They always ask for something new, so hopefully this is what they're asking for. We already said great response so far at the show. Very excited.
So you're going to integrate it into the Soundtoys 5 point or whatever that's going to be, and
it's
effect
going.
rack. And
we've already got it running in effect rack. I haven't pulled it up here because the effect rack is like this big on this resolution because we really wanted to focus on Space Blender. But it is in effect rack already, and we're testing and refining and making presets, and then we'll be doing beta testing and get it out the door as soon as possible because we're stoked. So far, everyone that's come by has been stoked. So
that's great, and also by actually showing it in public, it kind of forces your hand a little bit, and everybody's you just got to do it.
It's
now,
like
right?
the old days of like, oh, the term paper's due tomorrow. I just needed that extra pressure. You know.
Do we know? Is it going to be? You'll be able to buy it standalone, I presume, and that kind of stuff.
We haven't made all the decisions, but probably yes, standalone. I mean, that's basically been our formula. I'm certain that we will have some great deals for current customers to make sure they can get into it as well. The plan is not in place, but the only part of the plan that is in place is we're getting it out as quickly as possible. So
that's
there we
lovely,
go.
And it must be nice demoing something like this in a chaotic situation because
it's so nice to answer.
A little river, a little sea of kind of
Yeah, and again, the response has been fantastic, so it makes our hearts happy and our coders happy for all the work they put in. So, yeah, exciting. Namm 2025, new something from Soundtoys, Space the Blender, and space shirts.
Oh, nice.
Maybe we'll do a custom line.
Thank you very much, Mitch. And Palmer as well.
And, yeah, thank you, Parker.
Parker, I beg your pardon. Thank you.